Yo guys, what's up? It's Gaz and welcome to the Warframe video. So today, actually yesterday, we got Plaguestar back. It's been like a year since Plaguestar's been here, and we're making a new 2020 version of the Plaguestar guide, but we have a small problem. My friend's gonna be here in 20 minutes, so we gotta make it fast, guys. So let's jump into the gameplay. A lot of the information from the 2019 guide is still good, but we got some new weapons since the previous Plaguestar that might be better than the Piranha Prime. And as far as Maiming Strike getting nerfed, Maiming Strike doesn't really exist anymore. So I'm just probably going to use like AoE primaries to kill these enemies now instead to make the boss spawn. So if you've never done Plaguestar before, don't worry. I'm going to show you the full mission gameplay here. Also going to take you over some weapon and frame choices, and even how to build some of the Zaws, because the big thing about the Plaguestar 2019 video versus the 2021 that we're in right now, the Zaw meta has changed, and instead of going like really high status chance and like lowish crit chance, you want to go really into crit for the most part here. So yeah, so we'll get into that in a little bit here, but first off guys, some of the new best weapons for fighting the Hemocyte boss that you will spawn by using the Eidolon Phylaxis and Infested Catalyst is the Kuvabrak. The Kuvabrak is one of the best weapons in the game for fighting this boss. I don't want to say it's better than the Piranha Prime, but the thing is, since the previous Plaguestar, the Piranha Prime's Rivens have been heavily nerfed, and the Kuvabrak still has a 1.0 disposition, meaning 3 dots. So if you get a toxin damage Kuvabrak, it's going to be really good for killing this guy. Not to mention if you have a Riven, it will be potentially even more powerful than the Piranha Prime. So keep that one in mind. I have a toxin damage Kuvabrak, so the innate toxin bonuses on it gives me more corrosive, because if you're removing this guy's armor fully with the Sarpa Shattering Impact mod, we're still using that. Modding for corrosive is going to be your best bet. You could also mod for blast, but I have a toxin Kuvabrak. I'm definitely not going to be modding for blast anytime soon. So yeah, also I'm bringing the Adarza Kavat to give me 60% additional crit chance on all my weapons. Also that buffs my teammates' weapons as well. So if we're doing this a team setting, you're going to probably want to bring in a Adarza Kavat just for increased kill speed. Also notice I do have the Eidolon Phylaxis and Infested Catalyst on my gear wheel, guys. You definitely want those, because the more of those Infested Catalyst and Eidolon Phylaxis you put in there, the more rep you will get at the end of the mission. So if you do 4 and 4, it's 3,000 rep. That's enough for a fully built Forma, and it should take you about 10 minutes to do this run. Keep in mind, guys, if it's just you solo, the amount of enemies you need to kill to spawn the infested Hemocyte boss is actually lower than if you had a full squad of 4 people. But then you run into the problem that you're doing the 4 and 4 Catalyst and Phylaxis all by yourself. You might run out of resources, you might run out of the Phylaxis. So I'd still would recommend 3 or 4 people in these squads, just for convenience sake, so you're not having to put a bunch of stuff in there yourself. So taking a quick look, make sure you rank up past the first levels for this operational standing. That's going to let you have a bigger rep pool you can throw your rep into. As you see right now, I have 75k out of almost 500,000. So that Forma right there that's the target. We want to get as many of those as we possibly can. And with this method, you should be getting about 5 to 6 Forma per hour. And if you did it solo the entire time, it might even be more than 5 to 6. So yeah, there's a couple steps on this quest that's actually, or this bounty that you can't make it go any faster. But I'm going to show you guys how to make it go as fast as possible. Maybe faster than is actually intended to be possible, because we're going to be doing some goofy stuff in here. Alright, so first off, grab that bounty from Kanzu. Do not ever click Infestation ? At Kanzu. He will start talking and never shut up. So don't click Infestation ? Just click Bounties and click the Plaguestar bounty. This bounty is available during the night, during the day. You can do it whenever you want, as long as the event is currently up. So this event is going to be up for like 9 more days. It's going to be going away not this coming Monday, but the Monday after that. So about like 8-9 days from right now. So jump in there, get in that Arcwing, and I mean, Itzel got nerfed. You don't even need to use Itzel really. You could just use like whatever Arcwing you want to use, because they all have blink now. And then jump into the cave. You're going to try to find this this infested canister, or actually it's not an infested canister. It's like a Grenier canister. So go in there, teleport in there with Nova if you're playing Speed Nova with really high range. If you're doing what I'm doing right now, do not use Operator in the cave. I'm not going to go too in-depth in what's going on here, but you can definitely see it on screen. And that will help you go as fast as possible. Also, once the dialogue starts, open your Nightwave menu. That will cancel out the dialogue and immediately spawn the next objective. For maximum speedrun purposes, that's what you're going to want to do. You're also going to want to do this, and that's the last time we're going to talk about that. So yeah, Actually, Nova can be faster than Arcwing if you have a high-range build, so we're just going to use Nova portals to get over to the mixer, and then I'm going to Void Dash the rest of the way. Reset your momentum with a Void Dash. You can keep using portals afterwards. So this is the part that you cannot speed up at all. There's a 3-minute timer. It cannot be sped up. And this is where you put in the Eidolon Phylaxis and Catalyst. Keep in mind, guys, you can put these in globally. So if your friends or your teammates are like fishing or something, when you activate this, they can still put their share in. They have no excuse to not put their share of the Catalyst and Phylaxis in. So since I'm solo, I'm going to put 4 and 4 myself. Not a really big deal. So yeah, this is just 3-minute defense mission against like level 20 Grineer. That's all you gotta do here. It's really boring. There is no frame that can speed up time, so yeah, we have no solution to this. Just chill. There's some of the Grineer actually do like a huge chunk of damage. I think it's the Flame Blade. The Flame Blade Grineer, I think he one-shots the console, so be careful of him. And then since we're running Speed Nova, it's gonna make the enemies run faster. Don't use your 4 here unless you're feeling really dangerous. I mean, you could technically do it if you have other teammates with you. So while we're waiting here, let's go over some of the top frames for this. Also, my mouse is really, really broken today, so we're going to try to make this work. All right, so some top frames for this mission, guys. Best of the best is Speed Nova, what you currently are seeing on screen right now. Really high-range portals. Her 4 with the negative power strength will make the boss run faster out of his spawn location, lets you get him dead faster too. The big thing with Nova is the portals and the speed up on the boss. So you can do both of those things, whereas Loki and Equinox can only do one of those things. So since Nova is literally the best, you want to have 1 Nova per squad, in my opinion. Also, Nova should be the host, because teleporting the drone, you're not the host, can be a little bit tricky. Not impossible, but tricky. And then for the rest of them, we got the best of the rest. So Loki with a high-range build. He can switch teleport the drone with his, I think it's his, is it his second ability? No, it's his third ability. Third ability for Loki will switch teleport the drone like 200 meters. Can be really nice, but honestly, Nova is better at it if Nova knows exactly what she's doing. Unfortunately, I don't nail every portal in this run, so it's actually a pretty bad run on my part, but I'm just going to chalk it up to being a little bit like rusty, because this has not been here for a year. I don't normally really do this, the teleport the drone thing, so that's my excuse, okay? Leave me alone. And then for Loki, yeah, like you switch teleport it. He really doesn't do much besides that. So if you have a good Nova, you don't even need a Loki really. The Loki might actually mess up the Nova when he's switch teleporting when she's trying to teleport with the wormhole. So keep that one in mind. And as far as Equinox actually is some new tech that I learned about yesterday. So Equinox day form second ability can actually speed up the boss to make it run faster out of its spawn location. I have not personally tried it, but I do believe that it would work, because there's no reason it wouldn't work. So basically, higher strength makes the boss run faster with Equinox. Also, Equinox day form can kill the ads really fast and make the next boss spawn like almost instantly. So Equinox seems extremely good for that, all in day form. And then some great choices like that aren't those guys. Like these other characters will be like useful for like killing the boss and just like clearing the ads out, but they do nothing to speed up the actual objective besides the boss killing section. So Wisp, Chroma, Titania, Rhino, Haro, Volt, Nezha. There's a lot of different choices. And like, as far as like the builds for these guys, Saren would be doing a Venom Dose Augment build, which gives you additional corrosive damage because you're modding for corrosive on this guy. All right, here we go. Here's the, we're just actually stop that. We're going to get into the drone teleporting section. I used the Nightwave button to skip that dialogue to make the objective spawn faster. And here we go. So some things to keep in mind when you're trying to teleport the drone is Nova. Make sure you're in front of the drone the entire time. If the drone starts running into you, that's when you want to cast your portal. Also, make sure your portal location is on the ground when it, like the ending target zone. You also need to predict the drone's path. It's not extremely simple to do, but if you run this a bunch, you might get used to it. As you see right here, I'm not used to this path, so I'm missing a lot of portals. Finally hit one right there. Another thing to keep in mind, depending which path you're on, the longer sightlines will give you a good portal range. Like we got a 115 meter portal right there, and saved us like probably like 30 seconds roughly. So doing this right can be really, really nice, and this is better than Loki, because Loki has to actually go to where he switched teleporting and then go back, which is not really too bad, but you see what I'm saying. Like Nova just, she can literally be right there. Also take that portal where the drone just went and keep moving it forward. So this is the final boss phase. This is where the Shedu is going to come into play. This is where the Kuvaton core is going to come into play. Things of that nature. We're basically just trying to clear the infested ads to make the progress bar on the left go up. Once it goes to 25, a boss will spawn, kill the boss, and then try to get to 50. Next boss will spawn after that, 75, and then the final boss spawns at 99%. So, right here is where the Sarpa and the Speed Nova ability is going to come into play. So, I clear a bunch of enemies there. Now the boss is spawning. I speed up the boss with my 4 with a negative power strength build, and I start shooting it with the Sarpa Gunblade Melee. The Sarpa Gunblade Melee with the Shattering Impact mod will remove his armor really fast, and then you can start shooting the heads just like fighting Lephantis normally. So, this guy is you're going to want to have like high damage crit shotguns if you got any of those. So, the Kuva Brock, the Pyrana Prime, Vacor Heck, like we actually have a huge like weapon section in here. But things of that nature, high pellet count, crit stats, if you can make it work like that. And if you can't make crit work, I mean, just raw base damage is going to be fine too. The big thing is status chance does not matter at all here, guys, so don't worry about status chance. And then, like, having a Wisp is really nice here because Wisp will be constantly healing you, giving you more fire rate to kill this guy faster. Some problems with this guy, though, if you Void Dash into him while he's moving out of the boil, you can actually push him back into the boil and he'll get stuck in there. You can technically kill him while he's in the boil, but it takes a long time, so I wouldn't recommend it. Additionally, sometimes AoE damage will bug him out and he won't open up his face. You'll have to reset him with like Haro Change or something like that. So I found that Mirage's Explosive Legerdemain build will actually bug him out reliably every time. So don't run Explosive Legerdemain Mirage if you can resist it, because you're going to be wasting everyone's time, including your own. So yeah, this is just the general gist of it, guys. Since I'm playing solo, I can basically instantly spawn the next boss. I'm using Speed Nova to speed him up, and I'm also using the Temporal Blast node on Zeneric. So when I hit him with my Operator Melee, he gets slowed down by 80% for like 15 seconds, I think it is. So that could be nice to speed him up to make him run out of there faster, than Void Blast him to slow him down so he's easier to shoot, and he won't be killing your teammates super fast. Because this boss does hit really hard, and it's like, I'm pretty sure he does like pierce toxin damage on some of those attacks. So you gotta be really, really careful. I'm like jumping in and out of Operator constantly here. Okay, so that's boss number 3, and then we just like fire one Shadow bullet, and these guys should all be dead. Next boss is out. So see, like, AoE weapons are really, really handy for this now, because, I mean, we're already priming them with Nova. Like, they're going to get one shot and just blow up everything around them and make the next boss spawn. So that's basically it. Once you complete this bounty, you can actually refresh it from the Kanzu hut right by the door, and just start up again. Like, you can literally just do this as many times as you have the Catalyst and the Phylaxis for. So if everybody does one at a time, you can do the mission up to 10 times. It might bug out, and you're probably gonna want to go back to the city eventually, because it will bug out before those 10 runs, I guarantee it. But yeah, that's literally it. I got 3,000 rep from the entire mission, and then that's a fully built former right there. Mission probably took like 10 minutes at that, or if that, and I could just do it again. I'm not gonna do it again because I want to get some teammates, so I'm not wasting all that Catalyst stuff. But you know what I mean, right? So I'll talk to you guys. We're not done. Never mind. I almost said we'd talk to you next time. We got plenty of stuff still, guys. I gotta catch myself sometimes because I'm getting impatient. So I think we went over all the frames here. Yeah, Wisp is good with like a high strength build. Chroma, really good for like nuking down the boss. His buff works on his teammates now too, so you can actually help everyone kill stuff faster. Titania, you can use her Razor Wing ability to kill stuff, or she can kill the boss rather with her 4. Haro is actually really good because he can give his teammates a crit buff. He can also chain up the boss with his 1. But just make sure your Haro knows what he's doing if he's going to do that, because he can waste people's time if he doesn't know what he's doing. And if you want like a guaranteed really high crit buff with Haro, use your 4 on Haro and then stand on top of the big infested boil. That toxin damage is going to give you a crit buff. It's really, really good. Everyone will be like red critting instantly. Neja's second ability, the Blazing Chakram, actually does work on the boss and will buff your damage against him. Mesa is really good at killing all the ads all over the place, so really powerful there. Revenant's a similar situation. Gallus is just good as a selfish DPS by reloading his weapons faster, getting more fire rate, etc., etc. Ash can actually use the Seeking Shuriken augment mod to remove the armor of the Hemocyte, so you could run like 4 pistol amps and not even bring the Sarpa. That's an idea. Ember, Cora, Octavia, decent against the ads. Octavia also buffs damage, so pretty valuable there. And there's also other choices you could definitely bring here, guys. Alright, moving on past the top frames, we have the top weapons. So this one is going to be basically in different categories here. So we've got, at the top, we got the best boss killing weapons. You got the best stuff for clearing out the trash ads. And then Shattering Impact, Armor Removal, that's pretty much just the Sarpa, so yeah. Let's go over this stuff, though. So for killing the boss, Kuva Brock with Toxin or Electric, really good. You're going to want to mod for Corrosive. If you don't fully remove the boss's armor, you want to mod for Radiation, but I would not recommend fighting the boss unless you fully remove his armor. So everyone should mod for Corrosive. There's been some talk of people saying, oh, Blast damage is better. I mean, the multiplier on Blast is 50% versus 75% on Corrosive, and, I mean, you do get to run Prime Heated Charge, but that just doesn't sound worth it to me. We're still killing this guy in like 3 shots already, so yeah, I don't really see the big issue here. So just mod for Corrosive and crit. We've also got the Pyrana Prime, the Corvus. The Corvus apparently can one-shot him, and then we also but like the higher level ones will only do like 80% of his health. So you might just want to run the Pyrana Prime or the Kuva Brock over the Corvus. Vacor Heck also pretty good. Prismatic Arcata really good, and Tenora also good. There's more choices, just the ones I initially put in here. Clearing out the trash adds the Kuva Tonkor, like basically AoE explosive weapons is what I was looking for here. Kuva Tonkor, Shedu, Ogress, long range melee, the Angstrom. The Operator Amp could even kill a bunch of enemies en masse with the Tier 2 and Tier 7 Scaffold. Big AoE on those. And then, like, yeah, you want to bring Shattering Impact here for sure. But if you don't have the Sarpa, you might want to bring like a fast dagger, I guess. Something that can get lots of ticks of damage out quickly. Also, keep in mind, plus impact mods are just not really, they don't do anything for this. Shattering Impact is just going to make it whenever impact damage is dealt. And the Sarpa has impact damage innately, so you're not really going to be getting anything extra by modding it for additional impact. So I see a lot of people doing that, and there's no real reason to do that. So don't really listen to them, to be honest. The only thing you really need for the Sarpa build for this purpose is Shattering Impact and all the attack speed you can fit on here. I put on Healing Return just because I already had a D polarity for my old Riven. You can literally run whatever. As long as you have speed, 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 and then Berserker might crit sometimes. So maybe even put that on there. Bullet Dance also is nice. And then beyond that, we're going to go over the Zaws really quickly. Keep in mind, I don't have every Zaw in the game, but I know what's good. So for the Play Kripath two-handed Zaw, you could definitely check out my previous Meta Zaws video. But basically, you're going full crit. So we want the Vargeet 2 Jai, and then we want high speed as well. So Sikala, the two-handed grip, and then Play Kripath. That's going to be a really good polearm, and it's actually going to like annihilate stuff really fast. So I definitely recommend that one. I have that one from personal experience. It's very powerful. With our build, 180% crit chance. That's with a Riven, though, so keep that in mind. For the two-handed, that is actually not a two-handed Kiwar. That's a one-handed Kiwar at the top. For the one-handed Kiwar, I actually went with the Plague Aquin grip. This is actually a scythe. So I don't know if I really recommend this one to you guys, but hey, I built it, and then this is what it is. So with Sacrificial Steel, you have 100% crit chance. It's got a little bit low range. It's like 1.7 range at base, and with Primed Reach, it's 4.7. But this thing does have guaranteed slash procs on the heavy attacks. It's a pretty powerful weapon, but it has bad range, like I said. And as far as the other stuff, the two-handed Kiwar and the one-handed Kripath, you can just go with like these kinds of builds, but just use the other grips. Like the Sikala is the faster one as far as I'm aware, and then the fastest grip for the one-handed, I want to say it's a Payee. Let me check out my dagger really quick. All right, so that would be the Payee is the fastest one-handed grip. So for the Play Kripath Rapier, you want to run Vargeet 2 Jai, Payee, or Plague Aquin. Plague Aquin is just for fashion frame purposes. And then the Play Kripath Strike. That will be really good. It'll be a good rapier, sorry, pronounce it correctly here. And then for the Plague Kiwar Staff, just do exactly what the Play Kripath two-handed is. Vargeet 2 Jai, Sikala, and then Plague Kiwar. And you're good to go. As far as the other stuff that comes from the, whatever it's called, the vendor here, you can get the Arcane that makes you throw a grenade, which is Exodia Contagion. This one's pretty good. You gotta be careful though, because it does self-damage. Also, the other one that's not the grenade throw is not as good, in my personal opinion. It doesn't red crit. The CC is like pretty worthless. I think it takes like a double jump to like even activate it. So let's see if we can get this thing to throw. There we go. So you do like a double jump, I think it is, and then you melee, and it throws a infested grenade that does a lot of damage. So that one's pretty powerful. It can easily kill you, though, so you gotta be careful about it. Also, if you walk over it, it will self-damage you as well, so be really, really careful. But it is powerful, and I definitely could recommend the Grenade Throw on Exodia Contagion. So, that's gonna be basically it for the video, guys. My friend's about to be here in, like, next 5 minutes, so I'm gonna talk to you guys next time. Hopefully this was fun and helpful for you guys. As far as team comps, Nova required for the best squad, and then after that you can have, like, Haro, Rhino, Chroma, Gauss, Wisp, like, whoever, really. The only important member is the teleporter, in my personal opinion. And yeah, also, there might be another video on the dev stream from yesterday, because, man, that was a humbling dev stream for DE, wasn't it? Like, I actually felt kind of bad for them, but I do think that they were being honest there, and they were admitting that they messed up. There was a failure of management internally. There was a failure of communication between teams, so yeah, they definitely understand that things went wrong, and they did not. They knew it was going to happen. Actually, they said, like, "Oh, we pushed it out. We knew it was going to. We knew we were pushing it out." So yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit more in the future. But yeah, hopefully you guys found it helpful. Feel free to watch a video at half speed if I was talking too fast. Trying to make sure that it's nice and concise, easy to understand information for you guys. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time. Make sure to check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Gaz_TTV. Finally hit 1,000 followers on Twitch yesterday, so that was super awesome. Thank you guys. And yeah, I will be farming this a lot. So if you stop by the Twitch channel, you could definitely jump in squad with me, and we'll knock this out super fast and get lots of Forma. My goal is like 100 Forma by the end. So talk to you guys next time. Peace.